Hey guys, first of all, I want to show you something before I start tonight. A few weeks ago, over at North Lakes, which is around an hour and a half on public transport from here, I got this from Zine Pop Culture, and if you just let me grab it, I got a Star Butterfly pop figure vinyl, and it looks so cute with the cheat marks. Of course, as we know, she ended the show without cheat marks, but it's so cute. I mean, and my girlfriend Amy Welsh wants me to get Marco and Tom for her birthday, which I'm gonna do. So, but yeah, it's got Star, Marco, Tom, and Ludo. But yeah, I thought I'd start off with this Star Butterfly pop vinyl figure. It's so cute, and also alongside me tonight we've got, of course, Jake. He's so cute. I mean, look at him. And also got whoop, got Finn. He's really cute, isn't he? And also LSP back here somewhere. Another Jake. Another Finn. And yeah, they're all here. You're here. That's the main thing. Anyway, the reason I brought up all these characters is because I wanted to talk to you tonight about what these shows have meant to me. Like Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Star Wars Force of Evil, Futurama. So, let's begin with Adventure Time. And I'm going to Jake alongside me for this. Adventure Time meant so much to me, it still does. He would know. But the very first episode I ever watched of Adventure Time was What Was Missing. It was a season 3 episode. I first watched it in 2013. And little did I know that show would be an amazing part of my life. I mean, I've got this guy, got so much Adventure Time stuff, and like DVDs, posters, other stuff like video games and pop vinyls. If it wasn't for Adventure Time, I would never have met Jeremy Shader, John DiMaggio, Hynden Welsh, Jessica Chico, George Takei, and Olivia Olsen. So that was Jeremy Shader, John DiMaggio, Hynden Welsh, Jessica Chico, Olivia Olsen, and George Takei. Because this show, Adventure Time, was one of the greatest shows I've seen, and I reckon when they do a list of the top 10 cartoons at the end of this year, Adventure Time will be number 1 on best cartoons of the decade. Because this decade ends this year. And if it wasn't for Adventure Time, I would not be friends with John DiMaggio and the rest of the cast and crew. And it has meant a lot to me. And well, I was sad last year. I'm still sad that Adventure Time has ended. It'll live forever, because the fun will never end. So, that's Adventure Time. Love you, Jakey. Mwah. Next, this. Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Now, I first started watching it in 2017, and the very first episode I saw was actually episode 1, Star Comes to Earth. It was awesome, and I immediately loved it. And all the episodes I saw, and then of course the heartbreaking moments like Jackie and Marco kissing, and Star saw them kissing at the Love Sentence concert, and then Star admitting to Marco in the last episode of season 3 that she had a crush on him and she had to go back to Muri and then Marco getting jealous, well, maybe not jealous, but emotionally upset that he couldn't go out with Star and he couldn't be Star's boyfriend until, of course, the last few episodes of the series where Starco was official, and kind of say, I'm so glad it became official. And I still can't get over that kiss because it was so cute, it was so brilliantly timed, and I just loved it. It was amazing. But Adam MacArthur, Ian Shearer, and the creator Darren Narsey, I mean, those guys in particular, along with the rest of the cast and the crew of that show, were unbelievable. I mean, it was another brilliant show, probably one of Disney's best ever, because that's a hard thing to say because you've got other shows in the past like Kim Possible and all this other stuff from Disney, but I think Star was the best they've ever done. And it deserved a season 5, it really did. But fortunately, it doesn't happen like that. But yeah, that was a fantastic series as well, and another fantastic series that unfortunately came to an end in 2013 was Futurama. Now, if it wasn't for Futurama, I wouldn't have met Billy West and John DiMaggio. Yes, I've already mentioned John DiMaggio because of Adventure Time, but he was also on Futurama as Bender Bending Rodriguez. He nailed that part, just quietly. And Billy West did Professor Farnsworth, Zach Braddock, and Dr. Zoidberg, and Philip J. Fry. And I'll tell you what, the whole series was amazing. Futurama went for 14 years, split up into basically 4 series, because you had the 99 to 03, and then 07 to 08, and then 09 to 11, and then the last 2 years, 12 and 13. Season 9 was probably the best season of the lot. The rest of the seasons were brilliant, don't get me wrong, but season 9 was perfect because Zoidberg finally found love, Fry and Lila finally got married, but then Fry and Lila went back to the past because Fry accidentally destroyed a time button which froze time except for him and Leela. So when Professor found them, they were probably like 90 years old and Professor hadn't changed. What was so good about the show was everything. I mean, back in season 4 when Leela found out she was actually a mutant, not an orphan. And it was absolutely an emotional show too. Jurassic Park was such an emotional episode, but Futurama was brilliant, and that is another brilliant show which had to come to a conclusion, but it was a brilliant conclusion. I hope it comes back soon, but like as a spin-off, I would have loved to have seen Zach Brannigan and Kev have their own spin-off series. I would have watched it for sure. And another show I used to watch, which I didn't mention at the start, Pokemon. If it wasn't for Pokemon, I would never have met Veronica Taylor, who voiced Ash. So, Pokemon I watched as a young boy growing up, and it was unbelievably cool to see Pikachu and Charizard and Bulbasaur and all the other Pokemons. I mean, and then Team Rocket trying to be evil, and Ash and the others, Misty and the others, Brock and the others being good. So it was a wonderful show, Pokemon, the wonderful series this is probably back around the early 2000s. And then I finally met Veronica Taylor. She's awesome. I mean, she's really cool, and yeah, it was something that I loved. So those 4 shows, Adventure Time, Star vs. Forces of Evil, Futurama, and Pokemon, are 4 shows that have ended, but I still love, and I always will love. There's one show that still hasn't ended, which I love as well. And if it wasn't for this show, I wouldn't have met Zach Callison. I wouldn't have not met Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. I would not be friends with Michaela Dietz and Zach Callison and Dee Dee Mango Hall and the rest of the cast and the crew, including Ken Osborne. And you know what show I'm talking about. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention Estelle. Steven Universe. I first started watching Steven Universe in 2015. The first episode I saw was Full Disclosure back in season 2, where Steven doesn't want to see. Steven wants Connie out of his life because Steven just went through a massive moment where he got abducted, and then the ship that Jasper was on crashed, and then Jasper fused with Lapis, and then Connie tried to call him thousands and thousands of times, and then he actually didn't want to be friends with her anymore, and then Connie actually got some sense back into Steven. Now, the whole series so far, because it's not ending yet, there's still the movie to come, and season 6 at least. Now, the movie is going to be a musical with amazing songs. Chance the rapper, I've never heard of him, but I like him now because he's on the show. He's going to be in the movie. But it's going to be an amazing movie. And the first 5 seasons of Steven Universe have been amazing. If you didn't see the end of season 5, you've got to go all the way back to season 1 to understand what happened in season 5. Because I've seen every episode of Steven Universe. Unbelievable. Just an unbelievable show. And I just can't wait for the movie. I can't wait for season 6. And I can't wait for Michaela Dietz to get here. That is the dream for November. Michaela Dietz to come here for the Supernova Pop Culture Expo in Brisbane and Adelaide. Because I've met Zach Callison and I've met Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, Steven Universe, and Dr. Maheshwaran. That will be a great time to meet Amethyst. And hopefully that happens this year. If not, I'll go to the States one year and I will see her. And Dee Dee Mango Hall. And hang out with Kent Osborne at a LA Dodgers baseball game. And Zach Callison at a St. Louis Cardinals game. But yeah, there's a common theme here between Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Pokemon, Futurama, and Star vs. the Forces of Evil. And the main theme is all these shows have meant a lot to me, and they've really been an influence in my life. And if it wasn't for these shows, I wouldn't have met these voice actors, and I wouldn't have met the fans of these shows who have ended up being wonderful friends over the last few years. And thank you all for your love and support over the last few years. I can't thank you enough. But these shows, if it wasn't for these shows, I probably wouldn't have met any of you. So, thank you all. You guys are awesome. That's it for tonight. See you next Monday. Comment, like, subscribe. Make sure the bell is on so you know. And also, make sure you subscribe to my girlfriend's Twitter at Amy Lynn Ross 2, Instagram Amy Ross 8, her DeviantArt account, and her YouTube channel, Amy Ross. She's done 2 videos, both of her speed painting drawings, so check them out. And also check out my channel of subscriptions, so it has like a lot of stuff. And while you're there, while you check out my channel, check out the liked video section that I've got, the playlist I've got. It's got music, sport, cartoons, Thomas Sanders, and a lot of other stuff. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next Monday. Good night, guys.